Yeah, being vaccinated.
Okay, all right. What's your name?
Doing it with your cousin and sisters and relatives. That is really wrong.
Okay, why do you find that to be wrong?
So basically, like, you can't be just doing that with your sister because, first of all, you're children, but I don't want to get into that. Second of all, it's literally your own sister. Like, you can't be doing that. It's literally wrong in all type of ways.
1 second, my dear boy. Just listen. Can you actually make an actual point instead of just saying you can't be doing that? Like, can you actually make an actual point? That's not an argument. Just saying you can't be doing that. Do you have a moral reason or showing a harm principle that's being done as to why you'd find it to be wrong? Can you show me that anywhere, or are you just gonna keep being verbose?
The children are gonna turn out to be special.
Okay,
Let's just
so
say
in the
that.
case where there's no children, you wouldn't find it to be wrong.
I will still find it wrong because it's against
Okay.
religion.
Okay, religion, again, you'd have to prove your God exists. So unless you can prove your God exists and you have tangible evidence, then that's irrelevant. We're not going to reference your
People's
religion.
words, all the people that are saying God exists, is enough proof to tell me that God exists.
That's an appeal to ad populum, and that's a very silly argument. Just because many people say something doesn't necessarily make it true. I don't know why you'd even say something that ridiculous, because it shows that you're
You're
intellectually
telling
strong.
me,
That is completely false, my dear boy.
you're
Well,
telling me if a million people said Jesus existed, you wouldn't believe them.
it disconnects a lot, and I'm trying to sort it out. I'll get it sorted hopefully soon.
Yeah, it's fine, it's
Anyways,
fine.
again, what you did was an appeal to ad populum. So essentially, you're saying because a lot of people believe something, it makes it true. So if 10 million people believe the Earth is flat, does that make it true?
No, because we have proof of the earth not being flat.
Okay, but your point was that it makes it true based on how many people believe it. So then you'd have to say that it's not true just because many people believe it, right?
Alright, fair enough. You got me there. You got me there. I'll be so for real. You got me there. But me personally, and a lot of people do think that it's wrong.
I agree. Just like 200 years ago, many people thought that if black people voted, it would be wrong. But morality isn't based off of how many people believe it in terms of its validity, but just mostly tends to be on what we find to be right and wrong. And so just because many people believe it doesn't actually affect whether it's right or wrong.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay, well, appreciate you coming on. Let's move on to the next person. Guys, I will try and sort out the internet. It's really frustrating. I actually do need to do something about it. I apologize. I truly apologize. I don't know why on earth it's lagging so much, but yes, I'm trying to sort it out. Wait, I still want to debate. Oh, I thought you were done. I'll add you on in a bit. Hopefully, we'll see. It doesn't seem like many people are joining, so I might be able to add you on in a bit. Okay, this person just doesn't want to join. Very good, very good, very good. They're scared. Hey, buddy, how old are you?
Hi,
How old are you?
can you hear me?
How old are you? Driving? Don't join if you're driving. Like, you're literally driving. Like, come on. Like, this is common sense. Like, these dudes on the highway, I can't even hear you. It's ridiculous. Why is this dude saying he can beat me in a debate, but he's not joining? Join the guest request so I can debate you. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 19.
What do you want to debate?
About having children is wrong.
Why don't you believe having children is wrong?
All right, so you think having children is wrong, right? So if no one has kids,
Yes,
of
that's
the
what it
human,
says. Good reading. I'm proud of you. Okay, what's your point though?
my point is that people should be having kids. Obviously, it's up to them, but
Okay, let's
obviously
help you out. One
have
second,
kids.
my dear boy. Just listen. Let's help you out. Number one, I don't believe there's any more reason that it makes it okay to unconsensually bring someone into an environment or situation where they guaranteed will feel pain without their consent, especially from a state of non-existence. I don't believe that to be fair or okay. I don't understand why you do, so I'm interested to see your ridiculous explanation as to why you do. But by all
Okay,
means, go ahead.
it's just like saying animals shouldn't have their own type of babies. Whatever animal it is, if we have no animals, we don't eat. If we don't eat, we
How is
die.
that? I'm not talking about animals. I'm not talking about animals right now. I'm talking
Thing,
about people right now.
same thing. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. I'm talking about people.
But
People and non-human animals are two different groups. Are you able to understand that? Because if we're gonna have a productive debate, I need you to understand basic premises.
I do understand what you mean, but it's just the same thing. If
It's not the same thing, and I just told you it's not the same thing. So please,
I'm gonna,
relax.
yeah, look, children.
Let's put a muzzle on it. Just relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's turn on our brains. Let's come down to planet Earth, and let's actually think. These are two separate things. Non-human animals and humans are separate things. Can we just understand that? Okay. I don't know why you're trying to obfuscate the point. It's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, double tap the screen. Let's reach 3,000 likes. Double tap the screen. All right, what do you want to debate?
You know, maybe you're right. You know, having children is wrong.
Yeah, I am correct. Absolutely, I'm correct. I know. I'm very smart and I'm very correct. You're welcome.
So you're a fucking mistake. That's why.
No, not on that point. I think the only mistake is you because you don't understand the difference between humans and non-human animals. Anyways, let's put the dog back in the pen. All right. Guys, double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. We're almost at 3,000 likes. Keep double tapping. Let's get some more people in here. Alrighty.
I think incest is wrong.
How old are you, my dear boy?
25.
All right, what do you want to debate?
I think incest is wrong.
All right, why do you find it to be wrong?
Because there's a big chance of having like inbred babies.
Okay, so in the case where there's no baby, you wouldn't have an issue with it, right?
Sorry, what?
In the case where there's no offspring whatsoever, that would be no issue with it, right?
I mean, it's weird, but no, I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Okay, then I'd say we agree, because I believe having children is wrong inherently. So I mean, I wouldn't disagree that having children is wrong. So we essentially agree then.
Maybe.
All right, we agree. Thank you for coming on. All right, let's move on to the next person. Guys, double tap the screen, okay? Double tap the screen. Let's reach 4,000. Double tap the screen. The host is in trouble. I think the only person in trouble is you, who's incestophobic and disagrees with these points. The only argument everyone has, yeah, it's a common argument because no one's ever thought this through before because people don't think. They're not very intelligent. So when I absolutely destroy them, then they're like, oh, snap, I don't know what to do. God damn it. Hey, buddy, how old are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm 22.
What year were you born in?
2002.
What month?
Feb. That doesn't matter though, as long as I'm like above 18.
Okay, what do you want to debate?
It's the first point, so I do agree with it, but just out of curiosity, how would you ask for consent of like an unborn child before you bring it into the world?
That's a good question. You can't. In the same way, if I asked you, if you wanted to have intercourse with an unconscious person, how would you ask for consent?
Okay, so did your parents ask you? I'm just curious.
Again, this has nothing to do with me. Are you going to make an actual point? Like, I don't know why you bring me into this. We're debating this topic. You don't need to speak to me, okay? Speak about this topic. Okay, ma'am?
Yeah, so I'm asking, how would you ask for consent?
Again, you can't. That's the whole point. You can't ask for consent. That's one fundamental reason as to why it's wrong. Lack of consent is something we view as very bad, especially in societies. Okay?
And the second point as well. Why is incest wrong?
Yeah.
So you do agree that it's not wrong? Like, it's cool, it can...
Yes. Yes.
You're actually blown in the head.
Okay, does you want to debate it or are you going to keep crying?
You're fucked in the head, mate.
You want to actually debate it instead of just utilizing ad hominems?
Have a nice day.
Okay, so you don't have... God damn it! Her brain's processing. Jeez, I exited the app. Gosh dang it, I exited the app. Alrighty, let's move on to the next person. Like, this is wild. Like, not a single bit of intelligence to debate it. Is this guy a liberal supporter? Obviously. Hey, buddy, how old are you? Oh, and they left. Not a single IQ point.
Hello,
How old are you?
I'm 20.
What do you want to debate?
So I've debated you on the incest thing before. I don't know if you remember. I'm kind of confused on the first point. So what do you mean by having children is wrong?
Yeah, I don't believe that unconsensually bringing someone into an environment where they're guaranteed will feel pain, I guess especially from a state of non-existence without their consent is morally okay. That's why I believe it to be wrong.
Oh, okay. So I thought the point that you were trying to make with that is like this world is really weird, this world is really bad at the time. It wouldn't be fair to bring a child into this environment.
I agree with that too, but the main fundamental point is that I don't think it's ever okay to unconsensually bring someone into an environment where they guaranteed will feel pain, especially, from a state of non-existence.
In a way, I kind of agree, but I also don't think it's necessarily wrong to have children, depending on the situation. If you have the means to take care of that child, and I'm talking mental, emotional, physical, monetary means to take care of a child to the fullest ability until they are able to go out into the world and take care of themselves, everyone's going to feel pain at some point in your life. I would say it's necessary.
That's the issue. I don't think it's morally okay to bring someone into an environment where they can feel pain without their consent. And would you say there's a chance that someone could regret living?
Yeah, there is definitely a chance.
Exactly. So I don't think that gambling with people's lives when there's a chance that they regret it is ever morally okay, especially without their consent.
But
So that's the point.
I also
Like
think that's a slippery
just
slope.
give me a moment. It's like me unconsensually forcing someone into an environment or into a place that they don't want to be without their consent and just saying, hey, they might enjoy it, they might not. Let's just take the gamble. I don't think that that's ever fair.
I do understand what you're saying. I think also when you said about like regret living, I also think things like that are definitely preventable. I'm someone who has I can't speak today, diagnosed depression. So there are moments in my life where I'm like, this is it, this is whack. I have attempted to unalive before. However, there are moments in my life where I have gotten better because I definitely think that things like that you do get better from. It takes
I don't
time.
disagree, but at the end of the day, you're still gambling with someone's life. Whilst you got better, and I'm happy for you, there's many people who won't. And even feeling the pain in the first place, I don't think it's ever okay, especially without their consent. Just like if let's say, I don't know, let's take massages, for example. If I just randomly massage different people, hey, some people might
Oh.
or who may like it or who may not. And I don't think ever doing that without their consent is ever going to be okay. I think it just cut out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry, it cut out. I'll repeat that point, but the point was that, like, I took massaging, for example. So let's say you massage someone without their consent. Some people might like it, some people may not like it, but it's going to be a gamble at the end of the day between people who may like it and people who may not. I don't think that's ever morally acceptable to do it without their consent.
Well, yeah, that's also the thing. If you go in to get like a massage, if you go in and you don't like it, that's